Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom nestled between towering mountains and lush green forests, lived a gentle dragon named Ember. Unlike most dragons, who spent their days soaring through the skies or hoarding treasure, Ember had a unique passion: reading books. She lived in a cozy cave filled with towering shelves, crammed with colorful pages that whispered stories of faraway lands, brave knights, and magical creatures. Ember's love for reading started from a young age. Her first book, found by accident while exploring a nearby village, opened her eyes to worlds beyond her imagination. Since then, the dragon spent her days turning pages, oblivious to the fearsome reputation her kind had in the kingdom. To her, books were treasures more valuable than gold. The kingdom, however, was not as warm-hearted toward dragons. Stories of fiery beasts plundering villages and taking livestock meant the villagers were always on their guard, ready with pitchforks and torches at the slightest rumor of one. Ember, knowing this, kept to herself, venturing out only under the safe cloak of night to borrow tales from the village library. One quiet evening, as Ember flipped through the pages of a book about ancient herbs and potions, she heard a frantic knocking at the entrance of her cave. Startled, she peeked out and saw a young boy, his face stricken with worry. "Please, someone said a dragon lives here," he called out, his voice trembling. "Our crops are failing, and the village healer cannot find a cure. My mother is very sick." Ember's heart ached as she realized that this family, and possibly the whole village, needed help. She hesitated for a moment, fearing how they might react upon seeing her. But then, she remembered the tales of courage she had read, and knew she couldn't turn her back. "I am here," Ember spoke gently, her voice soft as a whispering breeze. The boy's eyes widened, not with fright, but with hope. "I may be able to help," she continued. "Let me read about the herbs that can cure sickness." Understanding the urgency, she flipped through the herbal book by the light of the moon. Within moments, Ember found a potion recipe that promised to bring life back to withering crops and ease the villagers' afflictions. She gathered the required herbs and brewed the potion, her claws deftly working with the delicate ingredients. With the potion ready, Ember carefully handed it to the boy, giving him a reassuring nod. "Take this to your village. It should revive the crops and help your mother," she encouraged, her scales glinting with determination and kindness. The young boy returned to his village, clutching the potion like precious jewels. True to Ember's knowledge, the crops began to flourish, and the sick, including the boy's mother, started to recover. Word spread like wildfire about the dragon who didn't hoard treasures or breathe fire upon them, but instead shared wisdom and kindness. The villagers, moved by Ember's gentle heart and intelligence, came together to thank her. No longer did they see her as a fearsome beast. She was celebrated as a hero, just like the ones in her beloved stories. From that day on, Ember was cherished as a wise and gentle guardian of the realm. She continued to read, her passion undiminished, always ready to help with the knowledge she gained from books, proving that even a dragon could be the hero of a story. And as the stars twinkled above each night, the kingdom knew that their bravest ally was the dragon who loved to read.